Hello, I'm Peter Wilson, in my usual Hunt Club outfit. Last summer, like many of us, I scrambled around at the club, figuring out my tea time, making sure I was on time, lining up my lunch reservation, and again, making sure I was there at the right time. And I thought to myself, I think it's about time the Toronto Hunt had a clock that we could use to manage our time and issues. In discussions with Jeff Long, we both felt that this would be the most appropriate place to have such a clock. It would look terrific as you walked up from the parking lot and saw such a timepiece. The Verdun Company clock, a 16-foot 7-inch clock or a 12-foot 7-inch clock. It would have 4 sides, and each of those sides, on 3 of them, would have the Toronto Hunt established 1843. The other that I'm recommending for the 4th side would be Lest We Forget, and that is some of the reason why I would love to see this clock happen. Why the Remembrance clock?
Sentry, halt! Eastbound, turn!
Due to COVID-19, November 2020 was the first time in almost 20 years that we did not have a Remembrance Day ceremony at the Toronto Hunt. It was organized annually by Colonel Dick Reed. For fear of losing this tradition of remembrance, I would like this clock to remind present and future members of our club's history of remembering those who gave so much. It was such a delight to watch Susie Stone reading In Flanders Fields with Dick Reed at that Remembrance Day ceremony, the last one, November 17th, 2019. We also plan to include a plaque with a simple statement honoring those who served and gave so much. The member benefits of such a remembrance clock. It would help us better manage weekly events, women's and men's draws, ensure that our field days start on time, and with the uncertainty of tee times, it would certainly help us manage those teeing off. It would be visible from the clubhouse, putting green, first tee, and pro shop. A beautiful timepiece to be used by all members, those dining and those golfing, and of course would allow us to continue the club's tradition of honoring the men and women who have served this country. Ontario golf clubs with such a clock. On the left, you see a long list of various prestigious clubs that now have such a clock on their property. Here is a list of some of the local GTA clubs that have such a clock and the various sizes. It was recommended to the board in the fall that we establish a $50,000 budget. This was based on the 16-foot clock costing $28,000 US, an exchange rate, HST, and an estimated installation at $8,500, bringing the budget in at around $50,000. We also looked at the 12-foot clock, a lesser price at $23,795, but a better exchange rate these days. HST, $8,500 installation cost, brings it in at around $43,000. The good news is that we need not include HST in our capital budget. So I truly believe that with the 12-foot 8-inch clock, we could bring the cost in at under $40,000. The timeline for such a clock, we would require a 50% deposit to start the manufacturing. 90 days later, the clock would be delivered, ready for installation. So a April 1 deposit would make our clock available to the club July 1, 2021. I truly believe that such a beautiful, timely addition to our property at the Toronto Hunt would serve us all very well.